What's up, guys? It's Lord Botha here with another video, and Concord is dead. And that's not something I say to be hyperbolic. It really has had the plug pulled on it, as Concord devs at Firewalk Studios announced they will actually be shutting the game down and issuing refunds. Here's Firewalk Studios' full statement. It is now being quoted in several articles such as IGN. This comes to us from Vera Dark via Twitter, and it states, Concord fans, we have been listening closely to your feedback since launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC, and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. Well, there's not a lot of passion and not a lot of community. If there was, this game wouldn't be shutting down. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we also recognize that other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Again, that's a very gentle way to say they were an epic fucking failure. Therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6, 2024, and explore options including those that will better reach our players. Just to put this into perspective for you guys, Redfall, which was an unmitigated disaster, thought of as to be the worst launching online game within this space to have ever existed, lasted longer than this game. Helldivers 2, which has seen an over 90% drop in their players, absolutely still obliterates this game in terms of playership. Even Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League was at least doing players in the low thousands when they first released, as compared to this thing, which couldn't even get to 700. They go on to say, while we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game on PS5 or PC. If you purchase the game for PlayStation 5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your original payment method. Now, I can tell you just from a business standpoint, no company likes to issue refunds. And PlayStation in particular do not like it, especially with the whole Helldivers debacle featuring the PlayStation Network accounts that they had to deal with earlier this year. This is another financial move that's also going to embarrass them from a PR perspective. Concord was supposed to be a big landing game in this space, and it dropped like a pin needle in a haystack. Nobody noticed, nobody cared. Did the game have woke elements in it? Yes, it did. But far beyond that, the game was just ugly. It had pedestrian gameplay, an extremely busy and assaulting UI, and overall did nothing to stand apart from its competitors to make people want to play it, to acquire customers. And the only things that did make it stand apart were the things that were undesirable for it. Essentially, the only way this game was different from games in its space was that it was worse in many ways. Keep in mind, and this comes to us from IGN, Concord is being removed from sale only 11 days after its launch. Less than 2 weeks this game has been out, and it's been considered such trash that it needs to go back to the drawing board at least. It's also being reported that this game only sold up to 25,000 units. And of that 25,000 units, it only had a peak playership of 697 people. Not only is that an incredibly bad sales number, it's also a bad ratio of players who are actually playing the game versus bought the game. Now, the real question I actually have here is Concord actually dead? Now, this game actually came out, so you can't call it the Batgirl of video games, but you can call it the Willow of video games. If you don't remember, the Willow series did so terrible on television that it was not only canceled, but removed from servers because it wasn't worth the space to be held. Concord has been given the similar treatment. But the fact that this game is shutting down and they're still stating they're going to explore options, including those that will better reach our players, gives me the vibe that maybe somebody at PlayStation talked to the Concord developers at Firewalk Studios and said, hey, we banked a lot of money on producing this game. We're going to take a massive hit financially if you do not produce well. Your game is not producing well. You need to go back to the drawing board on it. Pull it, fix it. Maybe PlayStation is into the sunk cost fallacy here. They need the game to work for them financially. They are not accepting the terrible financial hit that's going to come from this game being the massive failure that it is. So the studios that took 8 years to develop this game may have been spanked by daddy and told to take their toy and go fix it. I would not be shocked to see Concord re-release or release as a new game under a different name that has the same kind of basement elements retweaked with hopefully better, I don't know, everything. Because I have a hunch this is PlayStation not wanting to take an L. Because they've taken a few L's already this year and they just don't want to have another one. But those are just my thoughts on the initial failure that is Concord. It is dead and gone as of right now. What are your thoughts? Go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.